Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Bob Saget has gone to heaven. While we're still reeling from the hurt Miss White has us left in. Damn it. Fuck. Shit. God. Fucker.
First take every time.
Yeah. Corona spiked like a springtime punch. Ahmad Arbery's killers are eating a mess hall lunch. Biden's approval rating is through the floor. And Elon Musk's tax contributions are fine, and he should do no more. South Korean cats are starting fires at alarming rates, and Johnny Depp is in training focused on disarming his dates. 2022 is off to an awful start. It can only improve. And this offer of podcasting is all that I give you. Here to join me in mourning the loss of the great Danny Tanner, an AFV host, and maybe sprinkle in jokes, is the fannest of fannies, the titan of titties, the manliest of manly, despising a kitty. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you?
I'm good, Pat. Yeah, how shocking was that last night when you got that? So I saw
It's not good.
I saw it I don't know, like 7:25 maybe. On my Facebook feed, and it was just a random person posted rest in peace Bob Saget. So naturally, whenever you see shit like this, because you don't know if it's a hoax or not, you go and Google it, and nothing popped up in my Google search. Like, that's how it was almost like this guy was at the scene when they found him dead. That's how fast he posted. Because I didn't see anything for like another 20 minutes online, like any news reports. But yeah, fucking heartbreaking. He was actually on a new comedy tour. He had tweeted the day before, after he did a show, how he was falling back in love with comedy, and he was happy to be out there, and he had such a great time. And then boom, fucking dead. Good news is, so far no drugs or anything were there's no evidence of foul play. Let's say no drugs or anything like that. So that's good. But yeah, it's tough, man. Tough. Luckily Betty White died last year, so that's not part of 2022. I think
the pain still lingers on, Tom. The pain still lingers on.
Did you see that Stefan Diggs wore special cleats yesterday dedicated to Betty White?
I did not see. Did I see? I don't think I did.
Erica showed me that he tweeted a picture of his cleats and they were dedicated to Betty White. That was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, Pat, how much football did you watch yesterday?
I watched part of the Bengals game. I watched the Titans game.
The Bengals game was Saturday.
Okay, well, that's when I watched that. I watched the Titans game yesterday.
Nice.
Wow, Stefan Diggs has a lot of really nice cleats, actually.
Yeah, he
balls
balls
But the Betty
up.
White ones are pretty badass.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
He's got some SpongeBob ones, some Madden ones, some creepy-ass looking kids.
Creepy-ass
oh my God.
kids. It's probably some charity fucking helps.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be the kids from Stranger Things. I can't really tell. They're cleats. He's got some nice Joker ones, The Hangover. He's got Full House cleats.
Damn, we should do a whole episode, which doesn't really help with
football.
Well, I wasn't gonna say football. I was gonna say the listening audience and people that don't watch us live. But if we did a whole episode on like professional athletes' special cleats that they have made for special stuff.
Yeah, NBA basketball shoes could be a big part of that as well.
I didn't know that NBA made special basketball shoes.
I assume they do if the NFL players are wearing them.
Yeah,
I mean, we could really do any special tribute uniforms.
There is no doubt in my mind, after watching the games last night, that the NFL is in a league all its own. And I'm not saying, like, obviously it's a completely separate league than anything else that we have that is around. I'm saying it is superior to the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, the PGA. It's superior to all other sports. The way that they lined up.
I get what you're saying, because to you and I, with the hard-hitting, nonstop action, the storytelling, and not the storytelling by the commentators. I mean, the actual game telling the story. You know, who came prepared to fight, who gave up halfway through, all of those things.
Yeah, but it's more than that. The ratings show that it's At least I'm saying on an American basis, right? Obviously, soccer is in its own thing around the world. But
NASCAR controlled the fucking American ratings, which really bothers me.
no, it doesn't anymore. I would say back in the early 2000s it probably did, but that's not so much.
Okay.
Actually, NASCAR is on quite the decline. Why would that bother you though?
Just because I don't really like NASCAR, I can deal with like the last 10 laps of a race are pretty exciting.
I'm telling you, man, I tell everybody this and people argue with me, but I've heard it time and time again. If you go to a race, it's completely different than watching it on TV.
Yeah, but then what about when you don't go to the race? Then you're just watching it on TV.
That one time of you going to the race gives you a greater appreciation for what you're actually watching on the TV. It's insane. But anyway, let's get back into the football. You know who's a great person to talk to about that? Is Griff. Griff was one of those people that hated fucking NASCAR. We took him to a race, me and my father, and he fell in love with NASCAR. Now, listen, I think there's some truth behind the fact that you should continue to go to a race every year to keep that intrigue there, because it's very easy to fall out of. Very easy. I'm guilty of falling. Like, my favorite driver retired, so I kind of stopped watching. And then my wife was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna root for this guy," and I was like, "Well, not," because it's been a big thing in my house for years that we don't root for the same people because that's not fun. That's like everybody. That's like the whole house rooting for the same football team. There's no rivalry there. No, no fun. So what the fuck's the point?
Sure.
Like, my entire household all had different favorite race car drivers. All have different favorite football teams. The only thing I think that we all see eye to eye on is baseball. And it's because you are so fans. Dude, the fact that you are so obsessed with this cat is really.
The cat will just sit there and meow if I don't pick her up and pet her, bro.
Put it upstairs.
Okay, first off, it's not an it, it's a her.
It's an it. It's a he, she, it thing.
Don't listen to him, Kiki.
It's a fucking cat. It's not real. So anyway, let's get into these games, right? I text Pat at like 4:00 yesterday and said no podcast tonight.
Oh, the Steelers game. You asked me what games I watched. I also watched the Steelers game.
That wasn't a bad game. I didn't watch any. So I missed all the 1:00 games yesterday because I had to go do the Christmas thing at my in-laws. But I actually said we were supposed to be there for 11. We didn't get there till like 11:45. And I had originally told my wife we're leaving by 1:00 because I'm going to get home to watch these, at least the end of these 1:00 games. We didn't end up leaving till almost 3, so I missed all the 1:00 games. But I was home for the 49ers game. So I text Pat and I said, "Listen, man, not really feeling the podcast tonight." And really, I think a lot of it was the stress that I was about to endure. Like, I knew that I was going to be stressed out because the Niners had a win yesterday to make the playoffs. And so I text Pat. He called me later and said, "Oh, why aren't we doing the podcast?" And I told him. But at this point, the Niners have started to turn it around. And I said, maybe if they come back and win, we'll do the podcast. So, Pat, this fucking game, I know you didn't watch it. The Niners started out down 17-0. We're talking.
Okay.
It was bad, dude. Halfway through the second quarter, 17-0. I'm texting my friends and loved ones. I'm gonna kill myself. Like, I'm all done with this game. It's fucking so bad. And then the Niners at the end of the second quarter rally and get a field goal, right? So I'm going to mix it all in, Pat. I'm going to mix the whole Jamma pot together. So the Niners are down 17-3.
Did you say Jamma pot? Yeah,
the whole Jamma pot. I don't know what that means. It's just something I just made up. Name for the show, Jamma pot. Gotcha. So I checked my FanDuel app, and I see that the Niners are plus 800 to win. So I think you've learned a little bit about betting. You understand that plus 800 means I bet $100 and I win $800, correct?
I thought that was minus 800.
No, minus 800 means you have to bet $800 to win 100.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm like, this is interesting. So I throw $15 on it, right? Because if the Niners win outright at the end of all this, I'm gonna win like $150. And I'm like, That's a pretty good fucking day. And it's $15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not a big deal. So they come back from the half. Fucking Niners do what the Niners do. They fucking pound that rock all the way down the field. They score a touchdown. Bammo. Next drive, they stop the fucking Rams, get the ball back, go down. They score another fucking touchdown. It's all tied up, right? So I'm fucking losing my mind. And I think the Niners scored again, and then the Rams tied it. Nope. No, I'm mistaken. The Rams scored with they left less than 2 minutes on the clock in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
The Niners come back. Jimmy G, in all of his glory, drives that ball down the field, gets on last play of the second half, fucking throws a touchdown, ties the game up, goes to overtime. Niners get the ball first. We kick a fucking field goal. Okay, so now it's 27-24, right?
Defense got to make a stop.
Matt Stafford gets the ball back, gets a couple first downs, fucking throws up a fucking punt, throws an interception. Bammo. Niners win. But me, Pat, because I'm such a fucking pussy, when it went into overtime, I had the ability to cash out that bet.
Yeah.
At $65 winning. Total winning $65. So really $40 because of what I bet. And I just fucking cashed it out because I was like, well, $40 is better than nothing. But I do think, I do really believe that's why the Niners won. Because if it was up to me just betting on them, if you guys are not watching this live show, dude, you should see what Pat is doing to this fucking cat. It is borderline.
She's shedding, bro.
It is borderline molesting what you're doing to that cat.
That's not true.
Your fucking hands are through.
I love the cat. I'm petting the
fucking
cat.
tail is going through your hands. You're fucking scratching it. It's about to roll over. You're about to touch it in its private parts.
You see how fucking happy this cat is, bro?
It's so disturbing. Anyway.
Oh, she just found food. She's gone.
So
that's the second fucking thing she knocked over since she got up here.
So anyway, so the Niners win. They make the playoffs. Great. Okay, now my brother is a big Raiders fan, so of course I'm rooting for the Raiders. This fucking game, dude. This game, it started out, the Raiders were up fucking 10-0. They kicked the field goal start, and then on the Chargers' first possession, they I don't know if they muffed the punt or something, but then the Raiders ended up with the ball on the 5-yard line. They either muffed the punt or dropped the ball or something like that when they went to go run it. And the Raiders scored. They were up 10-0. The Raiders were in pretty good. They were in pretty good control of the game all the way up until the fourth quarter, and somehow the chart. So, and I'm up because I'm geeking out. I'm gonna tell you the story afterwards, but so I'm up watching the game, and all of a sudden the Chargers start coming back. They tie it. Fucking Carr gets the ball. They go down to kick a field goal. No, the Raiders were down. They had to get the ball back. They went down to kick the field goal to tie it to go into overtime. The Raiders get the ball first. They kick a field goal. The fucking Chargers come back. They kick a field goal. So now next score wins. There's 2 minutes left in the game. And the Raiders are in field goal range, right? But it's a long field goal range, 50 plus yards, right? Now, mind you, Pat, if both of these, so this was a win and you're in scenario for either one of these teams. Whoever won the game was making the playoffs. Now, if they tied, both teams made the playoffs. So you got Chris Collinsworth and fucking the guy that does it with him, Al Michaels, talking about, well, if these guys, if the Raiders just knee it out, man, play it safe, they're both making the playoffs. What's the fucking matter? You know what I mean? Yeah. And so you almost think that, so the Raiders start running the ball, and they're running the clock out, and there's 38 seconds left. It's second down, and they run the ball to get the third down, and the other team with 38 seconds left calls a fucking timeout. Now, mind you, they're in field goal range, long field goal range.
Right.
Why call a fucking timeout? Because at this point, it almost looks like the Raiders were almost going to let time expire. That's what it almost seemed like. I don't think they would have. I think they would have taken a longer kick, knowing that if we miss the kick from here, we don't have to risk. It doesn't matter. We're making the playoffs, and we don't have to risk anything else.
Right.
But these guys call a fucking timeout and they're like, all right, motherfucker. They hand the fucking ball off and the running back runs and gets a first down, got 11 yards, made it fucking a 40-yard field goal. Raiders run it down with 2 seconds or 3 seconds left on the clock, call a timeout, they kick the field goal and they win. The Chargers massively fucked up. Now listen, we all can speculate and say whatever we want that they were going to knee it out or whatever and just tie the game, or he could have missed a longer kick. Now mind you, their kicker has never missed in that new stadium. In 2 years, he has never missed it. Yeah, has never missed a kick in that stadium. So the odds of him missing the fucking kick were pretty low to begin with. But that aside, say he misses it, okay? Like they were almost giving the Chargers a pass until they're like, oh, well, we're gonna stop the clock. Fuck these guys. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck are you thinking? And I think I know the mindset of it, right? If you stop them there, right, on that third down play and he doesn't get the first down, well, now there's like 20 seconds left on the clock. They're going to call their second timeout. They have to kick the field goal. If they make it, we have an opportunity. Now, this has not been talked about on any fucking sports show that I've listened to today. And I've been listening to sports all day. Okay? But that to me is the most logical reason of why he called the timeout, because he got them finally to a third down. He only has 2 timeouts. It's not like when you got, you run a play on first down and you have 3 so you can stop the clock. You had to get it to that third down scenario in order to stop the clock. And that was his mindset. Like, I have to stop them. This is my opportunity. Hopefully they miss it and we're at the 50. We got to get 1 first down, spike the ball, and we can fucking kick our own field goal to try and win. Right. That was probably his mindset. He called some bullshit like the coach, instead of just saying something simple like that. He was like, oh, we had to get our run defense in there. We want to get our best 11 guys for run defense in. Motherfucker, they ran the ball to play before. What were you thinking? Like, why would you make up some fucking crazy bullshit? So anyway, so the Raiders win. Woohoo, go phobic. You know what I mean? So Pat, you know that I'm a crazy impulsive motherfucker, right?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know who the Niners are playing next week?
I know. The Eagles are playing the Bucks.
Yep.
The Niners. Fuck, I don't remember. I just looked at this. I just looked at it all earlier today.
They're playing the Cowboys.
Yeah.
First time that the Cowboys have played the Niners in the playoffs since 1995. That was the year that the 49ers won their last Super Bowl.
Okay.
So my father is a Cowboys fan. So as soon as the 49ers game ended yesterday and I heard that they were playing the Cowboys, I said, I'm taking my dad to this fucking game. So I got on the phone, I called me Madre, and I said, yo, is dad working next weekend? She said, I don't know. And I said, okay, here's the scenario. 49ers and Cowboys are playing each other. They haven't released a schedule yet for what time or what day. So I don't know if it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, but I want to buy him a plane ticket and I want to meet him there and I want to go to the game. And she's like, well, and I was like, don't say anything. I want to see when the game is first. I think it's going to be either Sunday night or Monday. And she was like, okay, well, I don't know if he'll be able to get time off work, blah, 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 whatever. So at like 10:30 last night, they dropped the schedule out. It's 4:30 on Sunday. So I go right on the fucking Google machine, look up flights from JFK to Dallas, bam, $200. Look it up from where my dad lives in Dallas, bam, $500. Okay, I'm gonna buy these fucking tickets.
Oh my god, your dad lives so much closer, and it's so much more.
It's because he doesn't live near like a big hub airport like that. Like he lives near airports, like a little bit higher than like Bradley. There's one by his house that's less than Bradley, but another one like an hour away that's like a little bit better, like a little bit bigger than Bradley. So, but I'm like, all right, I can do this. So I text my mom, the game's Sunday at 4:30. I can fly us in Sunday morning, fly us back Monday morning. 2 days. That's his days off for the week. He doesn't have to take any vacation time. So she texted me this morning. She was like, you should really talk to your dad about this. So I shoot him a text. Hey, Pops, pack your bags. We're going to Dallas. We're going to watch the game. He's a little bitch-made motherfucker. And he's like, nah, we're not.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, nah, I don't want you to spend that kind of money. And then, so I had to do the whole thing. Like, it's not about the money. I don't care about the money. It's about spending time with you, doing this awesome thing together. It's both our teams. This might never happen again. Like this is our opportunity. And he's like, why don't you fly down here and we can go to like Buffalo Wild Wings and get some boneless wings.
It's the same thing. That's the exact same thing.
It gets some, it'll cost a lot less money, Tom. So, my brother lives about 4 hours south of Dallas. So
I would have been like, Dad, I don't have time to stop by.
My brother lives about 4 hours south of Dallas. So I had already asked him if he wanted to go with us. He called me this morning and was like, listen, man, I don't really have a desire to go to Dallas. I really hate driving to that stadium. It's a pain in the ass. But if you want to go, I'll go. Like, done deal. Book your ticket. Come on down. We'll go. And so now I'm at this crossroads this morning with, like, do I go down to Virginia and watch the game with my old man? Or do I go to fucking Dallas and watch this game with my brother, who is not a 49ers fan and is not a Cowboys fan? So I decided to do the latter, and I'm driving down Friday. Gonna take my kid with me. We're gonna go spend the weekend with my parents and watch football.
You definitely should have gone to the game, because what if this game is one of the best playoff games in history, and you could have been like, haha, Dad.
Well, I wouldn't say Dad. He doesn't care about shit. Like, he's not as big of a football fan as I am. He follows along, I think, a little bit, but he's nowhere near the football fan that I am. But to me, to have that memory and say, hey, we went and did this when we had, like, today's the 40th anniversary of the catch. You know what I mean? Like, the Cowboys haven't played the 49ers.
The 40th?
Yeah, or it's definitely high 30s, low, or the 40th. It's up there, man. That shit happened in the 80s. It happened before I was alive. Maybe it's the 35th. I think it happened in 84 or something like that, 86. So it's definitely 35 or something.
35th.
Yeah. So, but the Cowboys haven't played the Niners in the playoffs since 1995. You know what I mean? We're talking a majority of my life. They like it doesn't come around that often. And listen, these are two teams that are competing a lot better since the 90s. It's my old man. It will be awesome because my old man's watching the stream. He said it'll be awesome because we will watch it together. I agree.
I don't disagree.
So
and have great wings.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings or something of that nature. So yeah, but it just doesn't happen that often. I didn't even know that they haven't played each other since 1995 in the playoffs. That's mind blowing to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, there haven't been many stellar years between the two of them since the mid 90s.
Well, let's be real. The Niners have made it to 2 Super Bowls.
I didn't say there were none. I said there weren't many.
I mean, there have been. Stop my pool again to watch. Well, I appreciate that. You winning or losing?
Oh, now that.
I heard you guys
That's big.
I heard you guys got smoked in Saturday in your playoffs when you broke your pool cue tip.
Just the tip?
He literally broke the tip off his brake stick. He has a really nice brake stick, and he's going to give it to me. He's going to trade. Check out this. This is how fucked up I am. He's going to trade me that stick for a stick that he gave me years ago.
Can you fix that stick with like a special glue?
No, there's people that fix them. I'm just gonna you have over time the tips wear out and you have to have them replaced. So okay. they do come off. So I'll just have it fixed by somebody up here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, the games were insane yesterday. I actually had the Georgia-Alabama the college championship game on right now, which I don't know shit about college football. I did watch the last game that they played against each other, and Georgia's supposed to be like this awesome #1 team, and Alabama beat them last time, and somehow somehow Georgia's still the favorite, even though they got beat last time they played each other, which is crazy to me. I just broke my pen. Well, yeah, Pat, man, you missed all the time. I do want to take some time to give a shout out to the Pickem League. It's over. We have a first, second, and third place winner. I want to give congrats to the people that won week 18. That would have been me and my wife. We placed first and second. How crazy is that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. So, congratulations.
Which
to
is
us.
Shocking because Martinelli was right there in the race.
Dude.
That was probably the worst
Those-
week of picks I've ever seen somebody have.
Dude, so we have a guy that's in the Pickem League that has to, I don't know what the hell happened, but somehow it doesn't register.
He somehow, when he joined the league, he can see only himself. And now he's joined the league twice and he can see the rest of the league. But his picks are by themselves. He can't see what anybody else does on that league. And nobody else can see him. So it looks like he never makes his picks.
So Pat sends me his picks. And so today, before I announced any winners or anything, I had to double check and make sure that, because I did this once before, I crowned a winner of the week, and then I got his picks later, and he was at the actual winner, so that cost us some money. So I wanted to make sure before I said anybody was a winner that I checked his picks, and I checked them this morning, and this motherfucker had 4 right picks out of yesterday. It was,
yeah, there was a lot of red on those screens.
It was atrocious. Like, I don't know if he just blindly clicked on teams or what, but it was.
I think that in his head, he went, okay, what if there's a really, really unpredictable week, and this is the only chance I have to score any points, for the year?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So he just gambled. It was a bad bet, but he knew it was a bad bet. Strategically, it was a good bet, and he got his ass handed to him. It was bad.
Speaking about strategically a good bet, so we'll do third place first. Third place, winning most of his money back for the year. Griff placed third place overall. He had an awesome second half of the season. He really came up from behind there and stole that spot away. Now, I was looking last night before the Raiders game. He had a different pick than the person behind him. If the Raiders did not win, he was going to be tied with that person, and that person had more weekly wins. So they would have beat Griff in a tiebreaker for third place. So luckily the Raiders won, and he locked that up all on his own. Second place goes to your brother Scott. He placed second place.
Right.
And speaking of thinking outside the box and really playing the numbers, the winner is Senor Fig something. I can't pronounce it. I don't know how to. Yeah, Fuckface. Fuckface won. And so he reached out to me. He did reach out to me earlier in the week. I do want to say that he reached out to me. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, and said, "Hey, do you think this guy Scott would want to split?" And I said, to be honest with you, it's Pat's brother. And if he's anything like the other one, he's going to say, go fuck yourself. Because we offered to split with a Gallagher for the winner of the Survivor pool, along with Fuckface. And he said, go fuck yourself. So I assume this would be the answer.
Point out that we did not offer to split shit because I said, go fuck yourself.
All right, whatever. Yeah, you said go fuck yourself, and good thing I'm the leader, the leader of this cruise ship, and we won. So
yeah, we split it after we won first place. Good thing you're at the helm, fuckface.
We still took more money.
I can't call you fuckface because we're talking about another fuckface as well. Shit ass.
Anyway, so he did call me earlier in the week. Asked me if Scott would want to split or if. Now, see, this is what I got him, right? Because you could tell he's only thinking about himself. He asked if Griff would want to split if they went 1-2. And I said, well, Griff is like 4 picks behind. The odds of him jumping to first place are slim to none. He could potentially get the second place and beat you out. So would you want to split with him if you guys finish 2-3? And he goes, well, no. Because that doesn't make any sense to me because the lowest I'm going to probably go is second. And I'm like, well, you're just a selfish prick at that point. You're just trying to get more money. And he didn't really like that. But, I mean, I had to call it like I saw it.
It is the name of the game.
Yeah. So I had to call it like I saw it, though. And so yesterday he hits me up at like 4 o'clock. Or right as the afternoon game started, he hit me up and he was like, hey, did you talk to Scott? And I said, to be honest with you, no. I said, but I will reach out to Pat right now and see what's up. And so we talked to Scott and he decided he did not want to split. And so when I had checked earlier in the day, I didn't say anything, but before the start of the 4 o'clock games, I did check to see, because we knew that they had the same picks through 4 o'clocks, and I wanted to see if they had the same pick for the 8 o'clock. So I just went on and I looked, and they had the same pick. Okay, that's what I know at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock on Sunday night when I spoke to everybody involved, and I was told nobody wanted to split. And I did say to Scott to give him some ease, like, hey, you made the right choice. You're going to win, because when I looked at it, you guys had the same picks, and you have the most wins overall for weekly, right? So then I call the other guy to let him know, like, hey, he doesn't want to split, but I did let him know that you guys had the same pick for the 8 o'clock. And he's like, nah, I changed my pick. And I was like, well, as commissioner, I am no longer involved in this. Like, I'm not, like...
Wow, you fucked the whole league, huh?
No, I didn't fuck anything.
That's fucked, Tommy.
Well, listen,
man.
If there's anything, I'm an honest person. And so I said, we didn't have this conversation because I went too far as a commissioner. And here we go. Done deal. And so I just let it lie. Like, everybody knew what the odds were. After I talked to him at 4 o'clock and he assumed nobody was going to split with him, he said, well, the only way for me to get up on him is to do something that I think would be different. And he went with the Raiders, which I don't know why everybody didn't pick the fucking Raiders, but you're all idiots. I picked the Raiders. They won. That's why I won week 18 in the football pick'em. I only had 2 wrong picks yesterday, and you know who they were, Pat? You know who they were? You sitting down for this? No, the fucking Colts and the goddamn Patriots. Pat, I'm going to tell you a little story real quick. I'm rambling on. We've been talking about football for a half hour. I fucking love it.
I just want to point out that we have not been talking about football.
That's because we don't
like how we decided to do the suicide thing.
I just want to throw it out there. It's because we don't watch football. Only one of us here does.
I watched football yesterday.
Even though you said it's the greatest time. How about Big Ben making the playoffs? We're going to get into that, why that happened.
That game. Did you watch that game, bud?
I did not watch that game, but this is what I saw. So last week, right, I do these parlay picks, and I do teasers on them. And when you do a teaser, you can move the actual spread points to more points, right? And it just lessens your bet output, right? So you bet the normal spread, but then say you add 14 points, you can get that up to like a plus 200. So you bet $100, you win 200. You know what I mean? And that's really increased. Like when you move a line fucking 10 points, that's a lot. But I'm doing it across 14 games. So if there's one upset in that whole thing, like it fucks you. But that's a risk you take, right? So I do this 10.5 point teaser across 14 games this year. I did every game except for the Raider game and the Niners game. Every other game I did. Okay. The week before, I did the same thing, except I flexed it 14 points. Okay. I had the Jaguars getting 29.5 points against the Patriots. The fucking Patriots beat them by almost 50. Okay, so I lost that bets because of the goddamn Jaguars. Okay?
Yeah.
Last week, I'm like, there's no way that the Jaguars beat the Colts, right? But there's also no way that the Colts don't beat them by more than 7. Right? Okay. So, because in my head, that makes it, they're going to win by a touchdown. So they were favored by 16.5. So I move it 10 points and I get the 7, minus 7. Okay? They fucking lose straight up to these fucking Jaguars. Yeah.
They actually got beat up pretty good.
Yeah, dude. Carson Wentz.
I watched that game as well.
I've been saying this for years, dude, and nobody's fucking listened to me. And I because I'm deep down semi-Colts fan because of Pat McAfee. I've always liked the Colts even when I was younger, but I'm a diehard Niners fan. But if I had to say, if there's somebody in the AFC I'm going to root for, it's going to be the Colts. And I root for the Raiders because of my brother, but that's about it. I like the Colts, and Carson Wentz looks good sometimes. But when he was with Philly, I told everybody he's fucking trash. They wouldn't have won that Super Bowl if it wasn't for Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick. So, and he just proved it yesterday, dude. You know what his QBR rating was? Last episode we were talking about QBR ratings for Aaron Rodgers and shit and all that. You know what his QBR rating was yesterday?
74.
I didn't know it was possible to go this low, Pat. He had a 4.4 QBR rating.
Really?
Yes. He is fucking awful.
Pretty rough.
The Colts gave up so much to get him, and they're fucked. They're fucked. They suck because he sucks at football. He should never pick up another football as long as he should be third stringing for the fucking goddamn Jets. Joe Flacco, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, is third stringing for the fucking Jets, and we got Carson Wentz out there as a starting QB who sprains both his fucking ankles and somehow still plays the game. He sucks.
You seem pretty passionate about Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he fucking sucks. So anyway, they cost me, and then the fucking Patriots, man, get beat outright. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? God damn it. I don't know what's going on in this Georgia game, but Georgia apparently scored a touchdown, then they reversed the call. I don't know what happened. It's too bad I missed it. Anyway, Pat, you want to hear from Anchor, and then we can actually get into the show?
Yeah, sure.
I went on a little tirade there.
I'm going to cut all of the memes and put them onto the next episode.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even do memes. I guess you didn't need to add all those in.
What?
I guess you didn't need to add all those in.
Nope, I did not. But that's okay.
Pops, you still playing pool or what? You still watching? Of course we started the show. We just didn't do memes yet because I went on that whole tirade and then, we're halfway through the show, honey. So I'm talking to my old man earlier, right? And he's like, oh, maybe you could do the podcast from my gazebo if it's nice out on Sunday. So I go and I look at the weather. The high all week is like 40 degrees down there.
Better than ours.
Yeah, but it's still like 40 degrees. Yeah, I'm going to sit outside and do the podcast in 40 degrees. It's a hard pass.
Yeah, I don't think that's the best idea. I'm with you.
Because we do so much stuff now, I'm wondering how this is going to work.
What do you mean?
Because I usually use multiple screens. So it's going to be it's going to be different to get us both on the screen from down there, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I could have Mason come here and just do a show with Mason.
No thanks. No thanks. No offense to Mason. No, I'm excited to do it from. I like going on location and doing podcasts. It's fun, especially now that we have it way figured out. It's not like when we did it from Texas and shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was rough. That was rough. But we'll see, man. Hopefully, like the video and everything comes out all right. But anyway, let's start the second part.
Okay.
All right. How about the Anchor.fm? Fantastic group of people over here. Fantastic. Love them. Pat, what do we got for news?
We have three-finger news, Tom. It's news that's sure to shock you. The first article I put in here is just for you, and I'm pretty sure the offer is just for you.
I'm pretty fucking excited about this.
Taco Bell is offering a monthly taco subscription. $10 a month. If you pay the $10 a month, you're prepaying for your daily fix of Taco Bell. For $10 a month, you get one taco a day for 30 straight days. That's a variety of tacos, anything from soft taco, crunchy taco, or the popular Doritos Locos tacos. Customers can sign up for the Taco Lovers Pass starting Thursday, but only if they are members of the rewards program and have downloaded its app, which I'm sure you are both. Are you signing up for the Taco Bell membership program?
So I have a lot of questions, Pat. Can you get these tacos supreme? If I can't get my taco supreme, I don't want it. Second,
Now, if I can answer your second question, no, you cannot get 7 tacos on Friday.
why would I need 7 tacos on Friday?
Because I thought you were going to say, if I don't get a taco every day, can I make up for it at the end of the week?
Well, no, I already come on, that's common sense. Even though that's not right for your customer, that's common sense. But my second question is, it says it's good for 30 days. Now, is it month to month or is it actually 30 days? Like you and I work in an industry where our month is 28 days. That's what we call a month. Now, is this January 1 to February 31st or to January 31st and then February 1 to February 28? Like the reason I'm asking is because some months seem like a better deal than others. Right? I'm going to pay extra money.
What fucking great feedback you have.
Well, in some months, I'm going to pay extra money. But if it's 30, the way I look at it is I'm getting 30 tacos for 30 days for $10. That's roughly about, I don't know, 33 cents a taco or something like that. It's actually probably a little bit less than, no, it's less than that.
Tom, are you going to cancel your subscription during February, April, June, and August? Is that your plan? Actually,
I don't.
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and November. There you go. Is that your plan?
I don't know what my plan is yet. Like I said, I have a lot of questions. Like I said, if I can't get a taco supreme, then I'm out. But also, who the fuck eats one taco? Like, can I buy? Here's a question for you, because this is legit. Can I buy 3 memberships and get 3 tacos a day? But I don't want to have to go through the drive-thru 3 times, because if you've been to a Taco Bell drive-thru lately, you know that shit takes forever. So I want to come up and say, hey,
dude,
I got
the one in Torrington. The Taco Bell and the Wendy's in Torrington are unfucking real.
I'll tell you right now, the Wendy's moves 10 times faster than the Taco Bell. I'll go to Taco Bell at 9:30 at night, dude, and I'm in line for 25 fucking minutes, 30 minutes. And I'm talking, there's like 3 cars in front of me. What the fuck are you guys doing in there? Jerking each other off? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
but anyway.
Now you know why you like that Supreme so much.
Hell yeah, man. Give me some of that sour cream. Anyway.
You do bring up a valid point for 2 reasons. One, if you opted to sign up for multiple memberships, it seems like they would have no reason to not go with that. And 2, if you did sign up for multiple memberships, I realize it's a little bit unhealthy, but for $30 a month, you get 3 tacos a day at lunch and you're golden. That's you couldn't do that making fucking ramen barely.
Pat, are you crazy? I'm buying 12 fucking memberships. I'm getting a party pack every day, and that's what I'm eating every day for the rest of my life.
And it's only $120 a month. That's very, very reasonably priced.
Yeah. Yeah. The way I look at it is I'm going to feed myself for $30 a month or $30 a week.
Yeah.
You can't go to the grocery store for $30 a week. And you have variety. Hey, today I want crunchy tacos. Today I want Doritos tacos. Today I want soft tacos. Today I want 6 Doritos and 6 hard. Today I want 6 Doritos and 6 soft. Like, there's so many different combinations that you can make. I'm fucking pumped for this. If I can buy 12 memberships, I'm buying them on Thursday, and I will be eating Taco Bell for the rest of my existence for $120 a month.
Tom, I fully encourage you to do this. I think it's great for you. And I really hope that we spend a lot of time together these next 10 years, because they will definitely be your last. And I want to enjoy that time with you.
What? Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food joint.
In that parking lot?
Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food choice. Look it up. Like, we're talking fast food. We're not talking Chipotle. We're not talking Panera Bread. We're not talking fucking McDonald's, or we are talking McDonald's, Wendy's, KFC, Popeyes.
Fast food, not McDonald's.
Nah, you got what I mean. But like, you can't. They're not in the same realm of like Moe's or Chipotle or something like that. One, I found out recently that the drive-through window at Chipotle, not for making orders. It's just for picking up orders. Bam, you're not fast food.
Whoa. First off, there's no drive-through window at Chipotle. It's the Chipotlane. Okay,
Yo,
it's
whatever,
not a fucking drive-through, Tom.
You
Be
get it.
classy. Have a little bit of fucking.
That's
ethic,
number
you
one
know?
reason why they're not fast food. By the way, dude, you got me so excited about Pat eats at Chipotle 3 times a week minimum, right?
Chipotle is God.
Pat, we went there the other night. I have never been so disappointed in my food in my entire life. And it seems like every time, like, people get me so excited to go to Chipotle, and then I go, and every single time I'm let down. Fuckface brought me there, I was let down. Fuck, you know who never lets me down, Pat, ever?
Taco Bell, I'm guessing.
Taco Bell.
Okay.
Have you tried their new cheese, their new grilled cheese burrito?
No, I have not.
So fucking good, dude. So good. So they take the tortilla, right? And they put cheese on it and they grill it. But also on the inside, it's rice, cheese, and whatever meat you want. It's so fucking good, dude. Whoo! And they put those little Frito, the hot Fritos in there to give it a little crunch.
Oh, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
No, Fritos. Remember they used to have those little roll-up things?
Erica just said Moe's is so much better than Chipotle. Erica's wrong, but you know what? We love Erica, and we're going to
Erica is 100% hands down correct.
Moe's doesn't have a Chipotle. All Moe's does is go, welcome to Moe's when you walk in the door. And now they don't even do that shit because they got a lackluster crew. I'm there for the spectacle.
I'm telling you right now, Chipotle is fucking garbage.
You're fucking
so
garbage.
All you
Learn
people that
fucking order.
To all you people that love Chipotle, it's fucking trash. Moe's is 100 times better.
I hope Jimmy G breaks his fucking ankle.
Why the fuck would you say? Why the fuck would you say that?
I live by that.
He already broke his fucking thumb, dude. He's out there slinging the rock, yo, with a chipped bone in his thumb and a torn ligament, still winning fucking games, and he's gonna crush Dallas. He's gonna fucking crush them. It's lights out. We shouldn't be show up to that stadium. They might as well just check it out.
Prescott takes a shit on Jimmy G's uniform.
I can tell you this. I bet you Dak Prescott has a better chance of fucking tearing up his leg or ankle than Jimmy G does. Because Dak already did that. Remember that fucking twist last year? Dak Prescott's trash.
Oh, boy.
Anyway. Oh, you're going to give me some...
Jimmy G, my ankle hurts.
Pat, what else you got?
Tom, I got Elon Musk's succinct explanation for why excessively taxing billionaires doesn't make any sense. I'm going to skip on down to the quote. Basically, this is obviously in relation to his little war of words with Elizabeth Warren. Now people are asking Elon Musk a lot of questions. So he said, in response to him paying even more in taxes, he said, it doesn't make sense to take the job of capital allocation away from people who have demonstrated great skill in capital allocation and give it to an entity that has demonstrated very poor skill in capital allocation, which is the government. He said, you can think of the government essentially as a corporation in the limit. The government is simply the biggest corporation with the monopoly on violence and where you have no recourse. So how much money do you really want to give that entity? Government is a corporation in the limit, so it is the most corporate thing. It is the maximum corporation, but it's also a monopoly. Also, the only one allowed legally to do violence. So why would I want to give a corporation with no competition that can't really even go bankrupt more money? Musk went on to emphasize that he is not an extreme libertarian and that he believes that there is a role that government should play, that of a referee, not of a player. He also noted that he thinks the estate tax, also known as the death tax, is generally good. He said, I can't emphasize this enough. There are not enough people, and I think one of the biggest risks to civilization is the low birth rate. So that was in reference to, they were saying, do you think people should stop having kids? He said, look at the numbers.
Hold on, he says there's not enough people?
Yeah, he said, please look at the numbers. If people don't have more children, civilization is going to crumble. Mark my words. There's a valid point, I think, there that, one, procreation is obviously a necessity. But two, we're going to need people to take care of this massive generation when they're, elderly, or they're going to die off. I mean... I can't imagine a world where we need more fucking people, so I don't agree with him on this, but I guess I kind of see where he's coming from. I totally agree that this is a good businessman whose people, his employees go home and feed their families and park in their garages and drive their fucking automobiles and, turn on their heat when it's cold. And they're saying you should give us more money, the government, because historically we've blown every fucking penny we've had and then
Ask
given
you
a
for
bunch of
more.
people money. And then we've put ourselves ridiculously far into debt. So since you're handling your money well and your people are taken care of, you should give us more money because we haven't done the same. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, listen, I'm 100% with you. Also, why would we give more money to? Why would we take more money away from the people who are giving people jobs? It makes no fucking sense to me what these people think. Also, I think this guy is batshit crazy, thinking that we need more people on the planet. There are way too many. We should let some die off, and then we'll see where we're at. I don't think it would be a bad thing. Thirdly, I do want to say that it's been said for a long time on the Pat McAfee show that Elon Musk is an alien. He came here from a different planet, and he is literally just living here. That's why he's building all these rocket ships to try and get back to his home country or home
Last
planet.
thing I'm going to tell you about Elon Musk is not going to help that argument at all whatsoever. Tom, did you know that Elon Musk is the chief engineer at SpaceX? Which means, in the event that somebody says, Houston, we have a problem, that page goes to Elon Musk. He's problem solving the ship in the fucking sky. Elon Musk is so fucking smart that he's the smartest person that he could fucking find to engineer the spacecraft. This motherfucker's a genius.
Or an alien.
Or he's familiar because he's been building these things since he was a kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
On Planet fucking Worksea, he's been a aircraft engineer since he was 13 months old.
He's it's fucking like that guy is truly a like a marvel, man. He's different, man. He even look at the Tesla. He built the Tesla, made it into this huge company. He's building these rocket ships to go to the fucking space. He's wild, man. He's a wild person.
Yeah, and I can see the link. Like, technically, we can look at those as like they're both kind of like transportation devices, but really, these are two different worlds. You're talking about, an automobile and a fucking rocket ship. They're not the same thing.
Yeah, and
so this guy really is very, very, very special.
Like, do you remember when we were kids? Like, we were worried about rocket ships blowing up. Like, that was a very, especially through the 70s and shit. Like, and clearly we weren't kids in the 70s, but like, that's what you heard growing up. Like, our parents were probably scared as shit hearing about these people strapping themselves to these rockets going to space because they blew up so often. You know what I mean? When was the last time you heard of a rocket ship blowing up? And this guy's building them in his backyard and launching them to the fucking moon.
I haven't seen any type of explosion in the sky since Bruce Willis died up there, and that was heartbreaking.
What is that in reference to?
Tom, have you not seen the documentary from when Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis went up to save the planet?
Oh, what a great movie. What a great fucking movie. Greatest movie
I don't
want
to miss a thing. That's what I'm telling you.
Greatest movie of all time, Armageddon. Greatest movie of all time.
It is a good flick. Next story, Tom.
You don't think it's the greatest of all time?
I do not think it's the greatest of all time.
What do you think the greatest movie of all time is?
You know what, Tom? Movie review. Impromptu movie review. Drop the fucking music, Tom. Do it. I'm going.
This show is completely off the rails. I love it.
What's up, Jugs? Doing the podcast. It's currently only live. It's not recording. Do you want to come down and do a movie review on the movie we watched this weekend, or do you want me to do this solo?
She's gonna say do it solo. She won't.
What fucking movie did we watch this weekend, babe?
He doesn't even know the movie.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming down and not helping, you jerk. You want me to love you with my mouth when I come upstairs? I love you. Bye.
What just happened?
She said, sure. Nothing like that enthusiastic answer, am I right? I'm like, hey, you want me to go down here? She's like, meh.
I guess. If you have to.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else going on? Is there a second option? If I said no, what's plan B? Are we having popcorn?
Crystal McClough. She was a teacher from New Hampshire. Was picked up. She was picked.
It looks like
to go
McCullough.
up.
I can't really see it though.
We watched as they launched and it exploded. Well, she did.
When the NASA flight exploded, all I remember as a child, Scott said, "What does NASA stand for?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Need another 7 astronauts." That's my only recollection of that aircraft blowing up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it happened before I was alive.
All right, you ready?
All right.
I'm ready. All right, Pat's movie review. Here we go. So excited.
Tom, I hate superhero movies. You know that. I'm not a fan. They're very hokey. There's too much action, not enough story.
Did you watch the new Spider-Man, Pat?
I rank them like this, Tom. A Dark Knight, hands down number 1. There is not a close number 2. However, in numbers 2 and in number 3, Deadpool and the sequel to Deadpool. Phenomenal movies. New number 4, Tommy. New number 4, Spider-Man. Whichever fucking Spider-Man just came out. Dude, this movie's funny as fuck. And without giving any spoilers, you know what? There's going to be a spoiler here. It's about the multiverse, right? There's multiple universes where these comic books exist. And so like Wolverine died, but they'll still make Wolverine movies because it's just a different fucking universe. So in this one, this Spider-Man's little sidekick gets the ability to open a fucking portal, and Andrew Garfield comes out. So Tom Holland is Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was the Spider-Man before him. He comes out and joins the fight, and then the kid opens a portal, and fucking Tobey Maguire comes out and joins the fight. So the 3 fucking Spider-Mans that we've been watching for the last 20 years are all together fighting all the bad guys. It was really fucking cool. And the fight scenes were not...
I cannot believe you ruined that part of the fucking movie. That has not
it's
been
all over the news.
Yeah, but it's not like, first off, I don't watch movie news. Second off, like, they don't show that. Like, dude, you talk about fucking me spoiling shit? What the fuck? Are you serious right now?
Everybody I went to the movie with already knew that happened except for me, for the record.
I didn't go to the fucking movie with you, Pat. Now I can't go to the movie. I might as well not watch it.
Did you want to see Spider-Man?
Yes.
You should have stopped me when I said, well, there's going to be a spoiler.
I'm like, oh, this ain't going to be a real spoiler. What the fuck's the matter with you, bro? Dude, Griff is going to lose his mind when he hears this, dude. He might come and stab you in the neck.
You've dropped like 30 spoilers on this show, and I announced that there was a spoiler coming. Motherfuckers could have skipped.
Dude, I dropped spoilers on movies that are 30 fucking years old.
This movie's been out for like a week or 2, bro.
You are a horrible you holy shit.
Bro, if you get there first, you ain't got to find out last. You know what I'm saying?
I'm texting Griff and telling him to skip this part of the show. Because he is gonna I cannot believe you just dude, now I have no interest in watching the movie.
No, that's really not even important to the storyline, other than the fact that it was cool for the fans.
Yeah, but like
I'm going to tell you which ones die.
No, I don't want you to ruin any more of the movie. I am so upset with you. This is like when you ruin Uncut Gems for everybody.
That was you. You ruined Uncut Gems for everybody.
What did I ruin? You get shot in the face,
ending,
big deal.
Tom, there's another one I'm going to ruin. The boat sinks at the end of Titanic, and there's plenty of room on the door, but for some reason, Jack just drowns.
Listen, We all knew that the boat sank because that's history. That's
And
like
you're saying that the Marvel multiverse is not a factual part of history?
no, it's made up.
Oh. Well, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Pat, we finished Cobra Kai the other night. Have you watched that?
The newest season?
Yeah.
Tom, if this is in some way, shape, or form a little retribution, I will punch you in the throat.
I will not ruin that for our listeners.
Don't ruin it for anybody involved, Tom. Not just the listeners, but Patrick as well.
Oh, so you can ruin movies, but I can't ruin TV
If it
shows?
helps. Everybody told me that everybody under the sun was like, dude, you got to watch the last WWE pay-per-view. It's fucking amazing. It was so good. Blah, blah, blah. It shapes the whole road to WrestleMania. You got to tune in. So I fucking get ready. I'm like, Liz, tonight, I know we've been watching Sopranos every night. We got to watch the new wrestling pay-per-view. And I'm not fucking kidding you, Tom. By the time those words were out of my mouth, she went, oh, the one where Brock Lesnar makes a surprise entrance and wins the title. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, man. Still haven't watched it. Ruined the whole thing.
Yep. I'll never watch that Spider-Man movie. Thanks. All right. Well, thanks
It
for
was the
ruining.
best one by far.
Pat, you know what? Before we started this movie review, I said this show, I literally said it to you as I paused it. I said this show is completely off the rails. I love it. I can now officially say I am so fucking upset right now that I don't even want to finish the show. I just want to go.
Well, Tom,
I
when
just
we
wanna
come
stop.
back from your outro music, we've got more three-finger news that's sure to shock you, and it's going to cheer you right up.
Is it? I read the next story.
There's actually two more stories, both of which are great news.
We'll see. I cannot believe you ruined that for everybody.
Since when do you like Marvel movies?
I've watched them all. I actually tell my wife and kid all the time that we should watch them because there's an actual order to them. Not if you watch, like, don't watch them in the way that they were released.
Yeah, but watch them in storyline order.
Yeah.
Are you texting Griff right now?
Yeah, I'm seeing if he's seen the new Spider-Man, and then I'm gonna say if you haven't, don't listen to the fucking movie review because I don't want Patrick to ruin it for you. Cannot believe this shit. Anyway, I have said on multiple occasions that I would dedicate like a week to go through and watch them in like the order that you're supposed to watch them in because there's a few of them I haven't seen. I haven't seen Doctor Strange.
There's a new one coming out.
A new Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I just saw the preview for it.
In the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, you know what preview wasn't at the new Spider-Man movie?
The fact that
Scream 5 comes out this Friday, and there was no preview for it.
who the fuck wants to see that, dude?
You know how fucking excited I am for Scream 5, Tom?
You are a fucking idiot. They're not even good movies, dude.
I want to spoil more of it for you just because you're being mean to me.
Go ahead, Pat.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to resist the urge.
You make your fucking bed and you lie in it.
I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to walk away with my head held high on this one.
Don't be mad at me because Scream's a horrible fucking movie.
That's historically inaccurate.
Oh. Is it like one of the top selling movies of all time?
Scream? I don't know. It's one of the best horror movies ever made.
I don't know
Let's
about
see.
that either.
Highest grossing horror movies of all time, ranked. Challenge accepted, Tom.
Bet you it's not in the top 5.
I'll tell you what, I had to hit see more items. It is not currently there. What lies beneath? Well, go fuck yourselves, man.
I wish this was on the show. What the fuck?
This is fucking brutal. World War Z? I didn't even know that was a horror movie.
One of the greatest
my
horror movies
shit.
of all time.
Ghostbusters is a fucking comedy. Jaws is a thriller. The Sixth Sense is a thriller. This is fucking horseshit. This list is stupid. You're stupid. Everything's stupid.
Let's see. Here, we'll do a quick Google search for this one.
Fuck that.
Is Scream on the top 100 horror movies?
How about IMDb? Let's go with some real ratings.
Yeah. IMDb, here, top 100 horror films of all time on IMDb. I bet you it's not on there.
There's a 0% chance it's not on there. At least this is a little more accurate. Oof, it's becoming painful. Somewhere around 30.
I'm at, here we go. 44.
That's American Psycho.
I'm on the IMDb website.
I am too. IMDb.com.
Yeah, and I'm
rating count at least 25,000 horror movies sorted.
Top 100 horror films of all time.
Okay, and it's on there.
Yeah, but number 1 is Alien. I mean,
which is fucking sci-fi. Number 1 on this list is Silence of the Lambs, which at least kind of makes sense. The Shining is number 3. Oh, Alien's number 4. Psycho's number 2. All right, fuck this. It's not my fault these people are all stupid idiots.
Pat, thank you for that wonderful movie review. I also do want to say, I just found this out while we were in a little break there, that Scream is not in the top 50 horror movies of all time. Did you know that?
You said it was 44, you piece of shit.
It all depends on what list you look at, but most likely on most lists, it's not going to be in the top 50. Did you know that?
You're not going to be in the top 50.
Do you think Scream's in the top 5, Pat, of your list of horror movies?
Of my list? Absolutely.
Did you know that they're coming out with a Scream 5 this Friday?
I did know that, yes.
Oh, you must be the only person that knew that, because I didn't until you told me. Because nobody cares about fucking Scream movies.
I know that you're goading me into telling you more about Spider-Man right now. I know that you're trying to get spoilers out of me.
I'm
not
that's
a really dirty trick, Tom, and I'm not going to fall for your fear tactics.
Why would I ever do that?
I don't know why you would do that, Tom.
You
want to see a full-fledged heel turn. You want to see Hulk Hogan drop the leg on Macho Man and join the NWO.
You know what I think the best horror movie of all time is?
If you say Ghostbusters, Tom, I will light you up with fucking paintballs the next time I see you. I'll go buy a paintball gun just to light you up.
I think Alien is.
That's a sci-fi movie. It's not even a fucking horror movie. That's a stupid Sigourney Weaver. Fuck Sigourney Weaver. She was in Ghostbusters as well, which also not a fucking horror movie. But they both rank higher than fucking Scream for some reason.
You seem upset about this, Pat.
No, I'm fine with it. It's fine. Everybody's stupid.
Didn't you make us an IMDb account? You should make your own top 100 list.
Oh my God. It's a great idea, Tom.
I know.
I don't know the username and password, but it is a great idea.
Where would you rank Scream 2 on there?
Oh, 2, 3, and 4, not as easy to watch. They're still, to me, very good, but I can't see them being very favorable with the general public.
Do you think that they're in, like, as a franchise, they're in the top 50 franchise movies of all time?
Absolutely.
You are a fucking goddamn idiot.
In horror or in general?
I said of all time.
Oh, so you're talking all genres? Probably not. I mean, to me they are, but probably not.
I don't even think. I mean, the first one's not even in the top 50 of all-time greatest horror movies, and you think that they're in
it was number 44. First off, second off, we're talking about Drew Barrymore, Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, fucking Jamie Kennedy, Courtney Cox. We're talking fucking what's his nuts who plays Dewey, David Arquette.
Are any of them still alive?
What?
I
The
started.
only one who's not in perfect shape is Courtney Cox, and that's because she looks like, well, fucking Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, Drew Barrymore is alive. Fuck. I always get her fucked up with who's the girl that gets banged? Brittany Murphy, I think that's her name. She gets banged by
That gets banged
Eminem.
in 8 Mile.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brittany Murphy's dead. She gone.
yeah, she did. Anyway, Pat, what else you got for news stories? This show is
Ahmaud Arbery's killers were sentenced to life in prison for 25-year-old black man's murder.
who's
3 white men.
who's Ahmaud
What's that?
Arbery?
I get. You are kidding, right,
I have no idea who that is.
Tom? Here's the thing. I don't know if you're joking or not.
Why would I be joking about this?
Tom, do you remember the video of the black guy who was jogging down the street and 3 white men just killed him? One of them he pulled out a gun, they tussled over the gun, and then somebody else shot him, and the third guy just fucking videotaped the straight murder, and then they just turned their backs and walked away from the scene? Ahmaud Arbery. Really?
Nah. I did read this article, however.
What's that?
I did read this article, however, and the way that you described it's a little bit different than the way the article deprived it.
I don't. Well, we'll see. We'll see. The thing is, I remember the fucking story.
Okay. No reason to get upset, buddy. I know you're upset about the Scream thing, but don't take it out on me.
3 white men who chased and murdered 25-year-old black jogger Ahmaud Arbery in South Georgia were sentenced to life in prison Friday, with 2 having no chance for parole. Travis McMichael, 35, his father, Greg McMichael, 66, and neighbor William Roddy Bryan. It's neat that they put his nickname in the article. Fucking weirdos. Were convicted in November on a raft of charges, including felony murder for Arbery's death. Judge Tim Walmsley sentenced the McMichaels to life in prison without the possibility of parole, while Bryan was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. The 52-year-old will be eligible for parole under Georgia law only after he has served 30 years in prison because he was convicted of serious violent felonies. He described the killing as a chilling, truly disturbing scene. When I thought about this, I thought from a lot of different angles, and I kept coming back to the terror that must have been in the mind of that young man running through the Satilla Shores streets. The judge imposed additional prison time for each of the defendants for other felony charges. For the McMichaels, that additional time will be served concurrent to each other, but consecutive to the life sentence. Walmsley ruled, as a result, both face total sentences without parole plus 20 years. For Bryan, Walmsley imposed additional imprisonment sentences of 10 years for his false imprisonment conviction and 5 years for his criminal attempt to commit a felony conviction. Unlike the sentence for the McMichaels, the additional sentence for Bryan... Oh, hey. That doesn't count. Unlike the sentence for the McMichaels, the additional sentence for Bryan totaling 15 years will be suspended, resulting in a total of life in prison with the possibility of parole. Ahmaud Arbery's mother explains her response over her son's toenails. Oh, okay. She says, so Tom, at some point, first off, the defense in this case was so fucking dirty. They did a bunch of things. There are these little tactics to ensure that they would be able to appeal after a guilty verdict. In their defense, that's their fucking job. Like, I take nothing away from them for doing everything they could to give these 3 murderers a chance, because they really did play the game. But one of the things was talking about how, because the defendants are saying that they were just doing their duty as neighborhood watchmen and going after somebody who fit the profile of somebody who had been committing robberies in the neighborhood. And they mentioned that Ahmaud Arbery had very long and dirty toenails. And she said the long toenails that she brought up in her closing argument. She failed to mention that Ahmaud was laying there in the middle of the road with a big hole in his chest. She left that part out. I didn't want to mention that today, but I wanted to reiterate that Ahmaud was bigger. He was bigger than that. That's his mom, which I think is a pretty badass statement for his mom to make, right? Like, she's kind of going in on the defense attorney a little bit, like poking a stick. Like, yes, his nails were dirty. Don't forget he had a big fucking hole in his chest, dickhead.
Yeah.
The defense attorneys argued for leniency. This is, you'll note that I highlighted this in a different color because this is one of the most interesting paragraphs. The defense attorneys argued for leniency on behalf of their clients who told police after the shooting that they chased Arbery because they believed he had committed a crime in their neighborhood. The defendants, their attorneys, argued Friday, were upstanding members of their communities who had made mistakes, but whose actions did not deserve among the harshest possible sentences. Travis McMichael is a devoted father, said his attorney, and a hard worker who thought he was doing the right thing for his community at the time of Arbery's killing. Nothing in Travis McMichael's life suggests that he's a danger to society now or will be a danger to society 30 years from now. He has time to think, to work, to grow. I love this. Nothing says that he's a danger now. This is like when the homeboy in Vegas shot all those people and they were like, there are no signs of mental health in this guy. Except for the fact that he sprayed bullets at a crowd of people. And this guy shows no signs of being a danger to society, except for the fact that this motherfucker was out on a morning jog and he shot him to death. Like, that in itself is, in fact, a fucking sign. This is like our fucking society as a whole is a battered woman who's like, he's really not that bad. He was just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Why do we keep doing that?
I don't think this is our society. This is like that. Like you said earlier, right? This is the guy's job is to try and plead the best case, and maybe he has zero priors or whatever, and maybe to the naked eye they were good people, but clearly they I don't want to be quick to point the finger and say that they were like racist, right? But they were clearly uneducated and scared of, at the end of the day, black people for no reason. Why else would you automatically assume that this guy did something wrong? From what I read from this, there is zero, there's not much saying what they thought he did.
There were some robberies in the neighborhood. It's not all in this article. I mean, this is a story that's been going on for years.
But they automatically assumed that because there were some robberies in the neighborhood and this guy is black, that we should chase him down and shoot him. Now, again, I think, Pat, I do remember this story. Now that we're talking about it, I remember the whole thing. I can't
believe you were being serious before.
Well, and do you want to know what's crazy? Until you read all this, I remembered it, but I don't I didn't remember it like I did now because I read it before we did the show today. So, because I like reading the stuff that you don't highlight because I like seeing what else there is. You know what I mean? You're pulling out the hot topics, but there's more to the story than just this.
Sure.
That guy that videotaped it, he just had a camera, I think, on his dashboard. He actually picked these two guys up and drove them down the street to go and confront this guy. So I do believe that
they're scared of this guy because he's robbing houses. So they chased him down. You know what I don't do to people I'm scared of? Fucking go chase them down. Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Again, I think, to be honest with you, I don't believe, again, I don't know a whole lot about this, so you gotta take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, right? But looking from what I do know, right, I don't believe that they initially meant to kill him, right? I don't think that's what happened. I think they went and confronted him thinking that maybe, hey, this is a black guy, he's probably stealing from us because they're idiots, and went to go confront him, and the guy was like, get that fucking gun out of my face, and went to go get the fuck out of my face. And when he grabbed the gun, the son there, or whoever the fuck was not holding the shotgun, fucking shot the guy because he was nervous that he was going to shoot his father or his son. You know what I mean? That's how I think it all played out.
Just to be clear, you're saying that this was in self-defense.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it should never happen, and that they deserve what they got for assuming things, not calling the proper people to fucking say, hey, there's this guy jogging down our street and there's been some people, we've had some robberies. Can you investigate it a little bit? Like, why the fuck did they take it upon themselves to do this? Like, go fuck yourself, dude. You're not a police officer. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck if you're part of the neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watch means you call the police if you see something. That's what neighborhood watch is. The neighborhood watch,
for the record, was a joke. The part of the defense was that they were trying to facilitate a civilian arrest.
Yes.
Arrest.
I read it. So, like I said, I'm not saying it's in self-defense. I think these three motherfuckers would maybe, the exception of the guy who's driving the car, got what they deserved. Like, why the fuck are you chasing this guy down? And so, as far as I know, the guy who was driving the car never got out of the car. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but from what I read, it sounded like he had never gotten out of the car. But at the same time, you weren't like it just wasn't enough there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sticking up for these guys in any way, shape, or form. I don't want that to be like the way that you're taking it isn't the way that I mean it. I don't think, but I'm just trying to.
I knew that's not what you meant. I wanted you to clarify.
Well, no, I think the situation escalated more than they had originally thought. And when they shot this dude, they were like, fuck, we need an alibi, and this is what we're going to use. I don't even know if I believe the fact that that they were really thought that this guy was robbing them or whatever. Like why? Like, who? I'm telling you right now, dude, if there's robberies in the neighborhood, right?
So I can elaborate on that a little bit. And I can only elaborate on that a little bit because I think that everybody deserves to have their story heard. I think that these are three massive pieces of shit who committed murder because they have no respect for human life. However, with that said, this gentleman, Amham Arbery, did go in to an empty building. It was a house. He went in knowing that it was empty to look inside of it. So people had seen that. So that's part of their defense is, oh, well, he was inside, maybe he's the one robbing people. When really what it comes down to, I've brought this scene up before. There's the scene in The Hurricane with Denzel Washington. And the cop pulls him over. And he says, do you know why I pulled you over? And Denzel Washington says, no, I have no idea. And the cop says, we're looking for two Negroes in a white car. And Denzel looks back at him and he says, and any two will do? That's what's happening here. There's a black guy in the neighborhood robbing people, so we're going to kill a black guy in the neighborhood.
So this kid, he's 25 years old. Now, mind you, I say kid because I realized that when I was 25 years old, my life was drastically different than most 25-year-olds today. You know what I mean? And I'm not even that much older, but like I was at a different phase of my life when I was 25. So, but when I was a kid, right, I grew up in a development that was up and coming, right? Like there's
being built.
Yeah, there was a lot of construction going on, at least up until I was probably 11, like 10 or 11. A lot of houses being built around here, and we used to go through all these houses as they're being built and just check them out. You know what I mean?
We did too.
Yeah, I think it's a very normal thing for kids to do.
I should be clear. This was my friend's neighborhood, not my neighborhood. In my neighborhood, the buildings were falling apart, not being built up.
Well, I just figured they were all on fucking, they were all trailers or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
But there was a specific house down the street that we knew was being sold, and we knew a way into it, and we used to go into that house all the time and just hang out, right? Because it was a finished house, and it was somebody we knew used to live there, and we used to fuck around in the house all the time. So, this kid got shot because he went into an empty building. So if I was a black kid, I could have got shot in my neighborhood if somebody else got robbed earlier that week. Well,
we both know that that's 100% factual. And that's really what it boils down to. I guarantee you, your neighbors knew that you guys went in and out of that house. There's no fucking way they didn't notice a bunch of kids going in and out of that house.
No, I'm sure
you guys
they did.
Are fucking ninjas.
Well, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I also think it has partially to do with a lot of things. One, how old this father was. He's in his 60s. Fucking old timers, especially down
generation.
south. Yeah, especially down south, have a different fucking point of view. I don't think in a million years, that in my neighborhood, that would have ever, if I was black, that would have happened to me. You want to know how I know? Because we had black neighbors, we had Puerto Rican neighbors, we had white neighbors. Like, we were all part of this, like, you know what I mean? We're all kids fucking off. So I guess just to be clear, like, I think these guys got what they deserve. Like, clearly,
I don't disagree. The only shame among them is that the third guy has the possibility of parole. Hopefully he gets killed before then, and we can all move on peacefully.
trust me,
I can't believe you don't remember.
He's not going to
Eminem
get
had
out.
a line about Ahmaud Arbery. He said something to the effect of
Hold
like,
on, hold on,
"There's no just."
You're also assuming that, first off, this happened a year and a half ago, maybe like 2 years max.
Yeah.
I don't listen to fucking Eminem.
There's no way I didn't play this for you.
Once Eminem told me that if I liked Trump, to stop listening to his music, I obeyed his wishes.
I'm gonna tell you a song you've got to listen to the second half of. You don't have to worry about the first half.
Why do I have to listen to any of it?
Because you're gonna thoroughly enjoy it. The
I'm
dude's
really-
a fucking lyrical genius.
No, Eminem's a piece of shit as far as I'm concerned, and he doesn't appreciate me listening to his music. So
I'm not sure what that has to do with appreciating his music. In fact, if anything, if you think he's such a piece of shit, you should listen to his music in spite of what he said. Really prove him wrong. You should look up The Adventures of Moonman and Slim Shady. It's a Kid Cudi and Eminem song. And the scheme at the end, Eminem rhymes Ahmaud Arbery with carotid artery when he's talking about Chauvin's knee on George Floyd's throat. It's really good. It's a really good song. He not only that, but the fucking intro of it, he refers to himself as the Michael Jordan of rap, and says that when he's talking about fucking like all the different things in basketball. Dude, you got to listen to the fucking song. It's amazing.
I'll pass, but I'll take your word for it.
You know what? Next time I see you, I'm gonna fucking glue headphones into your ears, so you're gonna hear it.
I don't understand why you would force that on me. I'm not trying to force something on you.
Survival pool.
I didn't force that on you. I made a great decision for our business.
Next story.
Yeah, read it.
And the last story, the main event. Here it is, the grand finale. Tom, have you heard this story? The woman who's making $50,000 a week in Connecticut. And she's a smoke show. Do you know who I'm talking about, Tom? Have you seen this girl?
I've heard stories. I have not seen her.
Do yourself the favor. Google her. Look her up on the Chive. She's a beaut. She is making $50,000 a week selling jarred farts. That's right. She farts into jars, twists a cap on, sells them for $1,000 a piece, 50 of them a week. Tom, if these jarred farts were $5 a piece, I would buy you one as a prank. Like, that's funny. You know what I mean? You get it. Ha, ha, ha. But at $1,000 a piece, these are not prank fart jars. There are some sick motherfuckers out there who are paying top dollar to smell this woman's farts. And I don't want to know what they do into the jar after that. Let's just say
I gotta tell you
that got more germs than a church collection plate.
I want to know how this girl produces 50 farts a week. I don't think I produce 50 farts a week.
Tom, it's interesting that you should say that. The reason that this story is worth telling is because, let's see, I decided to do it on this is her. I decided to do it on a whim after people requested it a few times. So this wasn't even her idea. This was fucking requested. As luck would have it, once I put the jars up for sale, they began to sell like hotcakes. I can't do that. I'm going to fucking die laughing. I've tried so many times to get through this story. I honestly could not believe the demand. I think a lot of people have this fetish in secret. I began this venture by eating mostly protein muffins, shakes, and also hard-boiled eggs. Since then, I've decided to branch out a little bit and try some new recipes to keep things exciting. I have been loving black bean salad, onion, ham, and pepper omelets, and I love making a really great protein smoothie with lots of banana. I think that certain foods produce better smelling farts. So I usually tend to go with the smoothies as opposed to things like cabbage and eggs. Oh my God, she has so much strategy. This is a fucking fartrepreneur. That's what she is. She's a fartrepreneur. Uh, I thought I was having a stroke. So this is, hold on. She, however, forcing herself to partake in a diet that would make The Rock blush, has a way of catching up to you. After consuming nothing but protein shakes, beans, eggs, and muffins, she found herself hospital bound. I thought I was having a stroke and that these were my final moments. I was overdoing it. I could tell that something was not right that evening. When I was lying in bed, I could feel pressure in my stomach moving upward. Tom, when I read that line, I thought for fucking sure that this was going to be a story about fleculent vomiting. Do you remember when we covered that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
I thought she was going to start shitting out of her mouth, and I was so excited that we would have that callback. Turns out that's not the case. This jarring story is only about farts. This woman is, you know what? Hats off to you, sweetheart, because if I could sell my jarred farts for $1,000 a piece, you better believe I would be eating everything in the world that I could to make myself fart. I'm trying to get Miss Elizabeth to fart into jars now. She's not going for it, but I'm like, listen, we can sell them at a discount. We'll take all this woman's business. We'll sell yours for like $50 a piece. And we'll just make sure you're always gassy. We could really make some money on this. And she is 100% uninterested. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit skeptical myself because I know who's got to catch the fart in the jar. And I don't want to be in the field. You know what I mean? What if she sharts? What if I catch a little bit of that on my hands? That's disgusting, bro.
I don't get the last part of this thing. Did you
What do
read
you
this last paragraph?
Yeah, what's it say?
While the diagnosis took the fall wind out of her fartrepreneur sales, model does not have a backup plan. Selling fart in a jar NFTs, even though I got backlash, I think it has opened a new door for me. I'm working on digital fart jar artwork at the moment. And then it says, in case you're wondering, yes, now is the appropriate time to walk slowly into the ocean without looking back. I don't get what that means.
I think like you should kill yourself. Like this is what we've come to.
Oh.
But NFTs, I mean, that's like the next big thing. I get it. I think she should just, stay the course and keep selling her farts. Maybe she should throw some fucking, I don't know, like maybe she should shit her pants and sell her pants. I don't know. It's fucking disgusting. The fact that she sold enough of these to be convinced that there's a mass number of dudes out there with this fetish. Tom, have you ever smelled a lady fart and thought, man, I just got half hard at that?
No. I mean, to be fair, she's only been doing it for about a month because she's selling 50 of them a week. She's made about $200,000. So she's only been doing it for about a month.
She made $200,000 for farting
in
a month.
Yeah, she made more than I make in a long time.
Tom, let me ask you, when you wore your sleep mask before you gave up on it, did you wake up with some really good burps and farts every morning?
No.
I think because I swallow so much air while I'm sleeping with my mask on, I wake up just full of very loud farts and burps. And I'm pretty sure if we just put a hot girl's picture online, we could sell my farts and make good money. How do you feel about this, Tom?
I figure it's worth a shot. We'll call it number 9 farts.
That's good. I need somebody to catch the farts, Tom, and you're in.
I'm down, bro. If in a month we can make 200 G's, bro, that means I can stop working, do this full time.
You'll catch my little gingy farts?
Whatever I gotta do, bro. If we're gonna make 200 G's in a month, I'm down.
Teamwork, baby, teamwork. Yeah, man. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking like,
yo, maybe.
I could sell
yo, you ready?
Farts.
You ready? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we just put you in that scream mask right there, and we'll call them scream farts, and you could just be the scream guy. Since that's the greatest horror movie of all time, we're in the top 10.
Top 5, but I'm listening.
It's not in the top 5. It's not even in the top 10. It's almost not even in the top 50.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. 44 is a wonderful number. The moose was 44, bro. Let's go. Daryl Johnston, let's fucking move.
I only know one moose, and his name is Griff.
I'm sorry?
We called Griff the moose when we went to Vegas.
Do you not remember Daryl Johnston?
I don't know who that is.
He was the fullback for that Cowboys team in the mid-'90s that won all those fucking Super Bowls, man.
Oh, cool. Like,
And when he took the field, everybody went, Moose! And it sounded like he was getting booed out of the arena.
when I was like 7 years old. Yeah. Sounds fun.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
It's like when they root for Cooper, Amari Cooper. They go Coop, and it sounds like he's getting booed out.
So
all right,
weird.
man. Well, this was a fantastic episode, Pat. I'm really glad we did this.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for ruining that movie for everybody. Back to the Cobra Kai. They die at the end. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. I say, good day.
They don't really die at the end.
Tom, did you see me panicking? I tried to mute my mic so I couldn't hear you. I didn't think to take my fucking headphones off.
Dad, Erica, whoever else is on the fucking YouTube, Twitch stream, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday.
I say good day.